What's interesting about Johnny's story is that he was, as you write, both polite and insulting, charismatic and insular. As a child, he was shy, but he was also a live wire. Can you give us a brief backstory of Johnny, where he's from and what his childhood days were like? He was a child of the 50s. His father wasn't in the picture that much, right?
Well, he was a child of the 50s, but his older sister, Marianne, loved the girl groups, and they were very important to the New York Dolls and to Johnny, the sort of purity of it. And Johnny always sang Shangri-La songs, Give Him a Great Big Kiss. He did that beautifully. So that was the 1950s. And I think Johnny always retained purity of that era in what he was doing as a rocker in, say, the mode of Gene Vincent or Eddie Cochran. So he grew up in Queens. Unfortunately, his father was a womanizer and he left Johnny's mother to be a single mother. When I met Johnny, I was also a single mother. And I think it made him warm to me actually more
Interesting.
than if I'd just been some cold professional male journalist at that point. I had to bring my daughter with me to like one of the earliest meetings and it broke the ice.
He was a big Elvis guy. Well, also Keith Richards was the other thing. Didn't he?
Yeah, Keith Richards was the other thing. But I think I met his old sports coach. I went to stay with Johnny's sister in Queens. He was very much the kind of hometown hero in a way in
Yeah.
Queens anyway. He was kind of like a legend.
He went to a ton of shows in New York as a teen too. There's the story in the book about hanging with the rock stars in hotels and mentioned Keith Richards. He took home Keith's cigarette packet. Is that
Yeah, he
yeah.
did. They were in the same bar. I mean, the book is probably also an interesting look at how what gigs teenagers were going to in the sort of late 60s, early 70s. And Johnny was very much influenced by English rock and roll as well. So all the English bands were playing in New York. So yeah, he was a gig fixture.
Yeah, and listening to the Dolls, I can hear it now after reading the book. I can hear the influence of Keith on Johnny's style, and
There's
it's
also this the thing where he's in the audience at, the film Gimme
yes. I
Shelter.
was going to ask you about that. He's in, I didn't know that until reading the book.
I mean, there's always been, isn't it? Sylvain said it was, and I have to say, it really looks like him. And he's messing with his hair as Jagger goes, hello, New York.
Oh yeah, he's got a distinct look. So when you do it a side by side, I think somebody did that on the web, and it's him. It's got to be.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
did that on video,
Did you? Okay.
slowing it down. Just, yeah, that's Johnny.